of revenge for 2011.
I tried to put that one behind me, JB.
Who is their middle for K-State that played all around and was set in the back row?
Oh, Caitlin.
T-shirts here at the Little League World Series. The front should just say have fun.
We'll figure it out by next Saturday. These are the kind of Pilger sounds familiar.
Pilger?
Yeah. Kristen, she was something else. She was firing lasers from all over the county.
The Indians making
but
their
don't
way
worry
through
about
the
it.
streets of South Williamsport. And soon
how about I not dredge up that memory next week? I like remembering good things.
Seeing the faces
you always bring up all the losses.
Like, junior prom.
Right
don't bring it up.
Where is this? What is this going to look like?
8-6 in favor of the red. And the call stands.
It doesn't. And we
as the red
really do a great job.
is up by 2. The white battling back.
Does a great job of trying to show it. You go to Augusta, Georgia, for the golf tournament. TV doesn't do it justice.
Excuse me. They reversed the call and gave it to the red.
Stadium,
and it's 9-5 now. Red and Allie Batenhorst.
I think it'll be even better for the major leaguers, though, because as much as they
she
love
sends it back left. Nice pass by Kubik. Oh, no, it's over the net. And then Nicklin Hames two-hands it down, and she lands
you're going to look
awkwardly.
Up and you can't miss.
Nicklin went up by
They're sitting in the stands.
With 2 hands.
250 family and friends.
To take that overpass and put it down, and now she's on the ground grimacing. It's something to do with her leg as she landed awkwardly.
Late break, and it almost got a piece of
it was an overpass. And Nicklin, playing for the red, leapt up and two-handed it back. And for the first time ever, we're seeing Nicklin Hames suffering from something. Now, she's a warrior. She has played through who knows what kind of pain.
A slow one that is fouled back.
This is the last thing you ever want, especially in a scrimmage.
Doing what you want your leadoff hitter to do.
Let's see as she's pulled up to the floor.
Look how shallow the outfield is.
Oh no! She's going to need assistance as she is unable to put any weight on her right leg.
2 for 4 in game 1 was Owen Apple.
Oh, Nicklin Hames injured on an overpass. She two-handed it down. And now she's unable to put any weight on her right leg.
That is, we see a big strike zone here normally, which I am totally
Do you think it's her ankle or knee?
Call more strikes,
I wish I did.
It's hard to tell.
In swing mode.
I think it's a knee.
That's why we're here, not to walk, but to swing.
If it's an ankle, this is something.
Here's Cohen Raider. He's the pitcher. 2 for 3.
Presumably will be less severe. If it's a knee, it's possibly a tendon or a ligament. Probably more likely a ligament.
We've been here, so we understand but where they're pulling in, you have no idea what's up the hill. I mean, you have a mental image of what might be, but you have no idea of what's up the hill. You're seeing a lot of the baseball.
Not particularly relevant, but it's 10-5 red now after that point by Nicklin. So Nebraska's captain is headed to the locker room, supported by 2 others, not putting any weight on her right leg. Now a beautiful roll shot by Lexi's son, fed to the back row. Big swing, Kenzie Knuckles, big block, Kaylin Meyer for the red. Point red, 11-5.
1 ball, 1 strike. Good pitch on the corner, and how about the start here for Patak Young? Just kind of moving the ball around, changing speeds, eye levels.
Whitney Lauenstein serves for the red. Nice pass, Manny Kubik for the white. The roll shot from on the slide by Kayla Caffey. Not, excuse me, by Kelly Schwarzenbach, knocked down. Shot back to the right. And then Kubik fires from the left pin. She's blocked by Kaylin Meyer.
What I love is on that bus right now.
Back-to-back blocks. Kaylin Meyer had some help from Lexi's son.
On that bus.
Excuse me, had some help from Kennedy Orr.
Looking out the window.
12-5 red.
Julie Foudy leading them in.
Lauenstein again running points with this wicked serve. Line drives it.
Did she
pass pulls the setter off. Evans sets to the back row. Roll shot. Kenzie Knuckles drops it. Remember, Kenzie Knuckles now, not playing libero, is a back row attacker. And she has swung at least 7 or 8 times. The first time she took something off, and it fell 12-6. Red as the white sides out.
They're going to see Lamedy, and then they're going to see her, too. Hunter Neppel sent that one out of play here at Lamedy.
Serve twinkles the time from Kenzie Knuckles. Nearly drops. Great save. Back right by Lauenstein. And Lexi's son finishes left pin. Point red, 13-6. Official scrimmage attendance tonight, 6,784. 6,784. I believe that's the largest number to watch a red-white match. Served by Batenhorst. Pass made by Kenzie Knuckles. Outside set. Attacked by Kubik for the white. Doug flipped over by the red. Lexi Sun. Now the white, the slide. Shot from Kelly Schwarzenbach. Back set to her. She only 3-balled over. Red ball up by 7. Attacked by Kaylin Meyer. Now outside Maddie Kubik. Roll shot blocked back. Kennedy Orr. Point red. 14-6 red. Remember the story is Nicklin Hames landed awkwardly. Early in this errors were forgettable, but she's played well, blocking and attacking. Kaylin Meyer serves out of bounds. Probably won't see her serving this year. Middles get to serve in the red-white. That's about it. Point for the white. 15-9 red in the fourth set. 2-1 in sets white. Post-match show, John Cook.
We start the top of the second inning. Cone Sardina.
Here comes a serve by Ani Evans. That's just wide. So the teams exchange service errors. 16-9 red, 9 away.
He's jumped out to a 3-0 lead.
I think one of the big questions will be who is going to come in and serve for that other middle. Because remember, Lexi Rodriguez can only serve for one middle if she's the libero. And I think there's some really good candidates after seeing everyone serve tonight of who could be a serving sub.
Middle attack by the white. Kelly Schwarzenbach, she's dug outside set. Whitney Lowenstein, kaboom! 17-9 red.
They're all looking at Julie.
I asked Coach Cook who the three best servers were throughout 2-a-days. He told me Nicklin Hames, Maddie Kubik, and Lindsay Krause. But after tonight, Julie, Lexi Rodriguez, she's a great server. You have Whitney Lowenstein, she's showed up. So there are some other potential players who have really put on the clinic from behind the service line.
Now right side swing by Kubik Doug. Now right side swing for the red. And Lexi Sun swings. Great rescue by Kaylin. She's worth the price of admission. What an acrobatic save. And now Lexi Sun for the red. Deals off the dig out. Point red, 18-9.
But KP's kind of an adventurous guy. He would not target.
What Kaylee Akana chased that down in the back row and kept it alive. She is so fun to watch. All these back row players. Kenzie Knuckles is an acrobat. Lexi Rodriguez, silky smooth in the back row.
Where's the siren now?
Served by Kennedy Orr. Pass made by Kenzie Knuckles. Middle swing, Kelly Schwarzenbach. Block back again, the white. Straddling a 10-foot line. Krause fires, not down. Now the red. Tip shot, Kayla Caffino. Now the white again, fed to the back. Kenzie Knuckles mishits into the net. Point red, 19-9, 6 away.
JB, I'm actually hearing that attendance is, I think you mentioned a number that was around 6,000. It's actually 7,940.
I got a false report. I'm taking I'm taking information off Twitter. Let me tell you about information on Twitter.
Today, the Tampa Bay Rays activated Chris Archer.
Yes.
I have a reliable source, and she is telling me 7,940 fans in attendance.
If you've been to Fenway,
Twitter is kind of like photos on dating apps.
put it in the same category as the two most historic ballparks of the big league.
We got a timeout on the floor. 19-9 the red.
And the siren.
You're listening to the Huskers Radio Network.
Jose.
Slow roller. Played a second, dropped at second base.
A lot of exciting play here tonight. The sobering note is that Nicklin Hames left this fourth set. We should not speculate, but historic knowledge of injuries just makes you hope it was an ankle. Not that the ankles are something you want to have injured, but if you choose between the two, typically the ankle would be less severe. We do not know. And we are thinking about Nicklin and her family right now, and this is a young woman who has a lot of blood and sweat in this program. She is a multi-year captain, just elected today for yet another campaign as captain. And she was right there in 2018, set 5 championship match against Stanford as a true freshman. And her fingerprints are all over this program. And for the moment, she is in the locker room. We'll learn more when it becomes available. Left side tip shot. Maddie Kubik for the white. Over dig. Here come the white again. Right side. Krause long. Point red, 20-9 red. The white took over late in the third, and the third set. Now the red pulling away late in the fourth. And my guess is that with the injury, we'll probably finish after this set, regardless of the outcome. Served by Kennedy Orr. That's way long. She's still got the adrenaline pumping. 20-10 now.
Now in between volunteer.
Jose, you're doing a great job. How do you feel about the swagger wagon?
JB, I don't know if you remember this, but back in 2013, I believe Kelsey Robinson went down in the red-white scrimmage with an injury, and I don't remember what the injury was, but
it was a nothing, and she barely walked off on her own power. She played the next week. Right side swing by Lindsey Krause.
Don't hit any
off
kids.
the digging out.
Slow
Point
down, bro.
white, 2011.
Don't hit
I
anyone.
do remember that.
That's the number one rule with
it's the only time we've seen Denise
we
Kojal,
haven't hit anyone
96.
yet. How about
Knee
us?
injury in the red white. But it's a rare occurrence. It's a rare occurrence ever in this sport with these athletes so well trained. But that proved to be nothing for Kelsey, thank goodness, in 2013. Long shoot set for the red. Kayla Caffey, and White digs it up. And then Callie Schwarzenbach finishes. Point white, 20-12 red.
since we're on the topic of injuries, I know Maddie Kubik has been nursing an ankle sprain that happened back in the summer, but she looks strong tonight. She looks healthy. I'm not sure if she's back to 100% though. And then Kenzie Knuckles also got hurt the first week of two-a-days, but she looks pretty strong tonight as well.
Absolutely. Lexi Sun for the red, blasted through the double block. 21-12 red, 4 to go.
That's the way he caught that ball.
I think you have to, all these, Nebraska, we don't see a lot of injuries from the Huskers, but all these uncharacteristic injuries, I think it's due to that COVID season and just having time off when they normally didn't have time off, and kind of the disruption in the game scheduling and the practices, and 1 week you're playing, 1 week you're not. So I think that's why we're seeing a little more injuries than normal this year with this squad.
Callie Schwarzenbach tip shot for the white, another kill for her. Now remember, she is never exiting. She is a 6-rotation middle, front row only. That will not be allowed starting on Friday, but still she's been impressive offensively, and you know how she can block. Pass by the red, Rodriguez not so good. Set left, Sun out. Lexi miss hits, point white, 21-14. So fans of the white team starting to dream a little.
2 hits. He had
2 in a row.
3 RBIs, including that 29th home run.
Sit bottom of that, point white, 24-17.
Ready.
Fans are not showing late season passion right here on set point in the fourth.
He does. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
24-17 red.
And it runs Little League International. Steve Keener in the red. Of course,
fans are pacing themselves for the long season ahead. Serve just long by Kayla Akana. That's point and set for the red. It's now 2 sets each, and let's see what Coach Cook decides here. Are we all done? He's pulling off the mask. I think he's looking for a microphone. He's going to address the crowd. I think we're all done. No official word yet. He's headed over to press row. The red wins that game, and that set point brought to you by Hy-Vee. Proud sponsor of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every eye. Let's see here.
Through to first in 1 quick motion.
It seems to be the end.
Kid is a great
no
shortstop.
official word.
In the first game, he made 2 exceptional plays there. So now he has to decide, do I catch this
all right.
in the air, or
stay right there. The
do I
post
charge it? He
to
catches
follow
it
look
on
at
a
the official
difficult
numbers.
short hop, and he
A lot
has
to
a
discuss.
great throwing arm.
The annual red-white scrimmage comes to an end tonight, and you're listening to the Huskers.
That's where we're going to have to throw the next step. The next step.
Welcome back, Jessica Cootie. Chatting now with Lauren Stevens. Boy, all the Husker players who've been interviewed between sets, so articulate, so poised, really, really impressive. And a lot of fans have waited just to hang on these words by Lauren. Basically, she's articulated how frustrating the spring was, especially for her. I mean, she started feeling some back challenges early last season. We didn't know much about it until it became apparent. She missed a match in the postseason, no less, against Baylor. She fought through it against Texas, was not herself. And
it's 0-2.
She really wants a chance to avenge that, and Oh, she was not only the only player that struggled in that Texas postseason match. I mean, the whole team did. It was part Texas. Dude, don't get me wrong. Texas played. Texas was effective. They've got really great talent. Everyone's back for them. But that was not, by a long stretch, Nebraska's best match of the spring. So they're all back. And most of them are back, I should say. And tonight, Lauren, fairly impressive, but the sobering note,
every one of these
Nicklin
guys
Hames
watched this Little League World
falls to the
Series
floor,
in their lives,
needs help to leave, and we just hope it is nothing serious. And she is just someone who has earned every right to be out there. She plays with such passion all the time. Meanwhile, we wait the head coach following this one. We'll run through the numbers and we come right back. The Huskers have finished their red-white scrimmage, both colors winning 2 sets in this one. Nebraska Volleyball is presented by Emeritus, proud to be the official insurance and investment partner of Nebraska Athletics. A lot to follow. Stay right there. You're listening to the Husker Sport Radio Network.
He didn't even pitch in the regionals, and here he's retired the first 5 batters he's faced. Their depth in pitching is remarkable on this Hawaiian team.
Watch the glove. Watch where the ball goes. Right into it with some sink on it. Ben Wibble swings and misses.
I'm a little sad, though, that Tyler Shindo is not here. He's the ambidextrous kid, but he's injured. He couldn't make the trip. Imagine him throwing with both hands here at Williamsport.
Sure he's watching. We miss you, Shindo. One of the favorites coming out of regionals. Oh, that's my favorite.
Takes a few minutes for the Little Leaguers to warm up a little bit.
The nervousness.
Am I comfortable? Can I ask him a question?
Oh my gosh.
That's hammered. Let's see this play. He had it. He lost it. He can't pick it up. Koa Pional did a great job. Kept his glove down. Maybe the head came up just an instant to see where the runner was. Should be a hit for Ben Wibbles.
The ball was hit really hard. And that second hop had a little spin to it.
Check the tattoo down there on his left arm. See the size of that left arm.
I wish we had mics just eavesdrop on the conversations. I mean, Tim, you've let us know some of the questions have been asked. I'm sure some of them are simple, but I'm sure this is what I love about the H. It could be, hey, so the most honest questions.
And their answers are just beautiful. I mean, Ju Johnson here plays the piano. They ask him what he wants to be when he grows up. He wants to be a taxidermist.
We are set for the first pitch to Ju Johnson. He beats that into the ground. Two-hand fielding by Zach Pagoyo. They get a hit, but that's it. We've got major leaguers in the stadium. The commissioner of Major League Baseball here as well.
Sorry?
What do you do for the Cleveland Indians?
Relief pitcher. Relief pitcher as well.
Which one's better between both of you?
I've been around longer. He's got a little more experience, but I'm right on the field.
Gotcha. Oh, he's down with you guys. I'm done. I'm done now. Okay, so you're getting an interview. My question for you, what do you do for the Indians?
What position?
All infield.
Infield.
Yeah.
What's your favorite infield position?
I was shortstop.
That's mine too. I'm with you on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Best position ever.
Nice. Keep it going.
Ask him where he's from.
Oh, where are you from?
Taiwan.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's up?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Yeah.
Interview. He's interviewing me.
You're getting interviewed today. What position do you play? What position do you play?
I'm pitcher, closer.
Closing pitcher. What's your favorite pitch you throw?
My favorite pitcher is Mariano Rivera.
Nice. see here. No more questions. Next first. You're getting interviewed. What is your position and what's your favorite part about that position?
I'm a pitcher, and my favorite part is being able to face some of the best hitters.
Best hitters.
What position are you?
I'm a shortstop.
Shortstop.
Yeah.
I love that.
Moving along the track. You're getting interviewed today. What position do you play, and what's your favorite meal before a game?
I play right field, and my favorite meal before a game, usually keep it simple. Oh, there's a line drive. Go chicken with some greens and rice.
For the folks and the fans, that's a great meal for any meal. That's one of the best meals you can ever have.
Right? Strong and healthy, buddy.
Definitely. Moving along. Okay, you're getting interviewed. What position do you play, and what's your favorite dessert?
I'm an infielder, and my favorite dessert is, we'll say, chocolate.
Yes, that's a good one. Do you like milk or dark?
Huh?
Do you like milk or dark?
Milk.
Agreed. You're getting interviewed. What position do you play? And let's see here. What other activity do you do other than baseball?
So I'm a relief pitcher, and then I love to go golf. Go out and swing the sticks. I don't hit it too straight, but it's fun.
Hey, it's probably better than what I do.
Oh, come on.
I haven't tried it before. You're getting interviewed today. What do you do for the Indians, and who's your role model?
Who's my role model? Roberto Clemente. He was my favorite player when I was a kid.
Definitely. And what do you do for the Indians?
I'm the hitting coach.
That's impressive. That must be fun. Ask for some tips. Okay, yeah. What tips do you have? What tips do you have for me? I'm in a slight slump.
Just hit it hard up the middle.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
All right, Ryan Pearson nailed that, Julie. We just saw the Angels 2 touchdowns, so the Angels are going to let maybe someone else, because Pearson is a difficult interview.
You're being interviewed. That's how we began
I
every
love it. Yes, 2 questions.
He just wanted to be clear.
Yep. You're next. Eli Iopa hits it back to the pitcher, and a little flip from Rader. By the way, in the interview session, Kikoa Pional hit a triple, so he is now 4 for 4. And then once they're here for a few hours, get a chance to mingle with the kids. They'll board on the bus one more time and head over to Bowman Field for tonight's game at 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN. ESPN2's Kids Cast. ESPN Radio and a baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown will kick things off at 6. Fingers crossed weather cooperates the rest of the day here. And our thoughts are with all those being affected by the hurricane that is hammering the Northeast, Connecticut shoreline, Rhode Island, moving off to Massachusetts. Bunt and a good one. Run into first. Whoa, what a play by the catcher, Chasen Uitaki. Came from behind the plate and fired to first to get Braden Dyer.
That was a really good bunt and an even better play by Chasen Uitaki. Look at him. He knows his only shot here is to barehand it, and of course got to throw on the inside part of the bag so he doesn't hit the runner.
Next up, the number 9 hitter, Peyton Drake. But now they've moved Reiners in, and he bangs one right back to the pitcher, and Patak Young keeps rolling, man. He is good.
How about Patak Young? 28 pitches, 23 strikes. I mean, he has been as efficient as they come, and I love how he just manipulates at this young age. Different speeds, I'm going to mess with you in and out, field my position. He's doing it all.
So understand Hawaii's success at the Little League World Series. They have not lost a game prior to the semifinals. Think about that in their last 3 trips here, 18, 19, and 2021. Over that span, they're 7-0 with a run differential of plus now 40. And part of that is because they do have so many kids that can play so many positions, and most important, so many kids that can pitch really well. Just foul.
And that's what Coach told me, is he loves to put players at different positions. When you play shortstop, it helps to go play the outfield one day. It makes you a better shortstop. It makes you understand how the field works when you play all over the field. 12-year-olds should not be playing just one position.
Yeah, I hear you. Just had a shot of some of the Indians. They're up in the Grove right now with some of the Little Leaguers, and this one is to left, and that's why Cade Nakama plays so shallow. He's right there to make the play. Kakea Patak Young is making it look very easy so far.
Huge.
We're done. Check off the summer. You need to write a paper when you go back to school. Sure, I was at the Little League World Series, and then Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout showed up.
And watch me play.
It is.
Carson Frazier playing a little wiffle ball. What a chance. What an opportunity. You can't do this. This doesn't happen to kids.
I call Jose Ramirez. He's on my team.
So Kamal Posse is going to bat now.
The other thing I love here is they just drag the infield after the 3rd inning. And to have a Little League kid have them drag the infield, it makes you feel pretty important. I'm guessing that's never happened to most of these kids, have the infield dragged in between innings.
Good read there. And the fire to first. Really good job by Hunter Nepple. He took one step in so it didn't hit that just groomed infield dirt one more time. And he got the out at first.
As we can see, well, now we know why he's a really good pitcher, because he's got a really good arm.
.24 Patrick Murray bats for Iwataki, the catcher. The other word you hear around all these Little League teams, valuable lesson, selfless. Like, it's not me, it's us. And every one of these teams talks about the reason, one of them, that we've had success is because it's always about the group.
Hawaii epitomizes that. I've never talked to a team more humble. They call it ha'a ha'a, which is their word for humility. They said it's a theme. We talked about when they're kids. It doesn't matter baseball or not, but understanding it's not about you, it's about the whole.
Can't tell us, is that Zach Plesac signing autographs?
It is. He's
Yeah, it is.
been one of the more popular ones. I wish we could hear the questions too. Like what they're asking.
So Patrick Murray, his dad is an orthopedic surgeon, and when he grows up, he wants to be a brain surgeon. Might want to talk to you at some point about that, Ravi.
The brain surgeon part?
Yeah. So every year they collect pins here, but the pins aren't quite as used as much because of COVID. So maybe these kids will just collect autographs.
Pitchers hitting.
Tristan McKenzie pitched great last night.
Hit it hard, but he's retired.
Yeah. 4-3.
He was trying to go over the buildings with that.
Wiffle's no joke.
No, and a pitcher didn't have that uppercut swing, but he had the stance. But Tim makes the point, and we see it here. Every one of the pitchers at the major leagues were all the best Little League hitters on their team when they were 11 and 12 years old.
That's why usually they're first to pick up the bat. They want to hit again.
Zane soars.
So again, kids say the funniest things. He lists his favorite actor as LeBron James.
Well, he is an actor. You know how wildly popular that Space Jam's movie is?
So that's where it comes from.
Yeah, my kids, I mean.
Wildly popular. And let's not forget, he's had a few cameos in the ESPN SportsCenter commercials as an actor.
Oh, he's very good.
A lot of acting for those, that's for
sure. Well, when the one that still runs with Van Pelt in the King's Throne, then LeBron is in a tiny cubicle.
Was it the Reds?
Yeah, the Joey Votto mustache.
Yes.
That can come back given Votto's charge to an MVP in the National League, and the Reds very much. They're the Ohio team this year, the Reds that are involved in the playoff race. The Indians, unfortunately, have to deal with a great team in the Central and the White Sox, and several good teams in the wild card race.
Cohen Raider. I love it. These Hawaiian bats striked earlier in this game in a huge inning. The pitcher, Cohen Raider.
You're good. Keep going. Take us right to the break.
Beautiful stuff. I love it.
How cute. Beautiful stuff. Mercado home run robbing catch.
See? Where do the best athletes go?
Oh, that's great. That's great. So Zimmer's gone up to the hill. We'll see if we're going to run the risk of a hill slide. The hill has not been running at full speed. Who has been running at full speed is the pitcher, Kikeya Patak-Young, has given up just one hit. Hawaii trying to go to 2-0. He gets Cohen Raider. Winner of this game will play Wednesday, 7:30 ESPN against the winner of the Texas-Michigan game. Then one more win after that, you're in the Hank Aaron title game. The loser, and this is where it gets tough, will have to play Monday at 7. And then the loser would also have to win Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday just to play Saturday. The value of winning your first game and then subsequently getting to 2-0. Bradley Zimmer up there, an outfielder for the Indians, signing autographs. That's hammered, and that is fielded very cleanly. And a little sidearm flip from Kikoa Payano. And there's one out. Cohen Raider. That's like a hit so many times in your Little League game.
Yes. Right, but not with this kid playing shortstop. So Coach told me that the Nebraska team only carries 10 players. You can have 13. But he said the next two kids in line were in the 4th grade. And some of these kids are in the 7th grade. So he just didn't feel right bringing 4th graders into play. And one of them was his son, which he wanted to put him on the team, but he wasn't sure that was the fair thing to do for someone so young to play with the older kids.
What a great game we saw last night here. If you didn't see it, Pennsylvania losing, but my gosh, did they play a great, great game against Louisiana. Louisiana won. That one is up the middle. That's going to get through. Hunter Nepple is aboard. Second hit of the game for Nebraska.
So how cool is this? So one of his sons, the coach's son, Dustin Rader, his sons didn't make it. The batter before this, Cohen Raider, the pitcher in this game, he moved this last September behind the house of Hunter Nepple, who just got that hit, because they wanted to share a batting cage. So the two dads got together. He bought the home behind him. They built a batting cage. Because of COVID, they realized, hey, we got to do more of this. So they literally share a backyard that's full of a batting cage, so they can just go rake whenever they want.
That's incredible.
What a great idea. And Hunter Nepple's little brother, also a 4th grader, was the second kid that got left home.
Yeah. So the cage was used by the brothers for sure. That's a commitment right there. I'm sure there are a few people listening like, what? They moved to do this?
As soon as it was up for sale, called and said, hey, I got an idea.
Wow.
You ready to move? Let's do this.
Hadn't thought about moving, but all right, I'll hear you out. Here's Brownie, Owen Brown, on the corner for a strike to go 1-1. Seen a couple of no-hitters at the Little League World Series this year. Gavin Weir for South Dakota, and yesterday Eli Jones was outstanding. Complete game no-hitter.
So our colleague Mike Monaco had been here for 3 days.
20 minutes. He's called two no-hitters.
That's how we roll over on Volunteer Stadium.
We welcome them with open arms.
Oh, the cast. Just never want to take that one off.
Well, that is just a clinic in pitching from Patak-Young. He went in, out, slow, and then fast to elevate.
And you guys made the point, though. This is a good lesson for all little kids. You don't have to be the biggest, hardest thrower on the field.
You want to play Little League? It's really easy. Visit playlittleleague.org. Enter your address to find a Little League program near you. A little cornhole with Franmil Reyes. Got one.
Mira, look. Look, everyone. Mira. That's the one thing we're missing with this interaction is the 8 international teams.
Yeah.
We have so many international baseball players in Major League Baseball. I remember Carlos Martinez, when he was here, he went and found the Dominican team as soon as he got here because there were 2 players that he wanted to meet. He asked for their autograph. He asked for their picture. Not just the U.S. teams, but international. And obviously Shohei Ohtani, who's now going to arrive shortly.
Yep.
Japan Little League.
In a young man's game, and this Major League game is getting younger and younger, and we're seeing college players who immediately go to the majors. I mean, I don't want to sell it like it's happening, but I've heard from Mike Trout and others say you got to keep an eye on some of these kids because it won't be long until, if they continue to do this, they're going to be playing Major League Baseball. You're 12, so 8 years from now, these guys could very well be playing in the major leagues.
Well, you mentioned the Cole Wagner kid, who in 2015 is still the best hitter I've ever seen at this level, and he's tearing it up at every level now, and he's 18, 20 years old.
I'm not mistaken, Cole Wagner was the valedictorian of his high school.
Yes.
And now he's at University of Georgia playing baseball.
Yes, and is a really good hitter. Another kid who hit 360 days a year, he told me.
That's inside. A rare walk. Just want to stop the presses there. That was the first 3-ball count. Now the first walk, and just like that in a 3-0. Okay, we're going to try it.
There we go. It's happening, folks. I'm actually more interested in this than we've ever been because it has not been successful when we've been watching the kids
it hasn't.
go down the hill.
Alex Young goes up there, the pitcher, and Bradley Zimmer goes up.
Bradley Zimmer, of course, a water polo player in high school, would be the perfect guy to say, I'm going down the hill.
Yep.
A lot less clutching and grabbing going on the hill than in the water polo pool.
They need to get tips, though. You always got to ask who's gone down before you. Tell me how we looking.
Right now they got to find, we've just seen 2 planes come in on the runway. We got to find a sort of a strip that's bare with just more dirt than grass. There's a few up there. We have seen a few flat tires in the last couple of days.
The cardboard sticks
exactly.
and the person keeps going. We don't need Bradley Zimmer rolling down.
No, we don't.
Or maybe we do, as long as it's
And the smaller the cardboard, in theory, the faster you will go.
This little girl, too. She's ready. This is the contest?
2-0, lifted to left. A few steps back. Cade Nakama there to make the play. All right, so the Angels, they have rolled into the complex. We got Zimmer up top. He's ready to come down with Alex Young. Let's hope they make it down. We're going to commercial, and it's working. We found a good piece. Okay, stick around. We'll see the Indians head down
head first
when we come back. And he's now finishing that run down. The first one, we blew a tire out right here. 2 of them. Oh boy, we got foam.
Oh no. Roll, just keep going.
We're done.
Lose your phone.
I think it's a lot easier to go down when you're little, not big.
So we went for a bigger car.
I love that he went back.
We had a pusher.
You can't. Oh, the lean back. There he goes.
He gets it going a little bit here.
He's not falling.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to do it. I mean, you have to. You've seen it a million times. You have to do it. And now they're breaking down with the reporter exactly what it was like.
Well, when I did it the first and only time, I was a little bit nervous about things, and this kid next to me says, I'll show you how to do it. I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 4. And then he went head first down at like 100 miles an hour. It's kind of the beauty of Williamsport. There's always a 4-year-old around to show you the way.
I think we had a similar experience as the Angels make their way here. We had a similar experience because Zimmer said, more to himself, it's so easy watching the 9-year-olds do it, and then quietly one of the kids said, I'm not 9. Fielded very cleanly. Nepples to first. 2 shortstops in this game are really good.
And that is a big shortstop catching the ball on the run like that. That was pretty impressive.
Commissioner thanking the players.
Has the commissioner ever been down the hill?
That's a great question.
Ravi, I think we need to talk. You know him better than anybody.
We have an idea. Maybe it'll be, I'll do it if you'll do it.
You haven't been down the hill?
I've been down the hill, but I'll do it. If we can get him to do it, I'll go up there. You can't not do it.
Oh, that's why I was about to be like, so put the mic down. You're going now.
How about that souvenir from the Little League World Series with all the major leaguers from the Indians? And by the way, save some room. The Angels haven't even shown up yet. Keanu, that's a fair ball. He ripped it down the line right over the bag. And Ryan Keanu picks up double number 2, and he'll put the brakes on there.
So he crushed that double to right center field in the first inning and now smokes one over the third base bag here. Gentle reminder, where the ball is fair, where it crosses the bag, it can land in foul territory after that as long as it crosses on the ground in fair territory.
That was a great example of why they call it the hot corner, because Benjamin Wibbles wasn't far off the line and had 0 chance to stop it. Strike 1 to Micah Bennett. So we've got a few others. So it's contagious, because once 1 or 2 go up to the hill, then all of a sudden you see
there
others.
We go.
I know Oscar Mercado went up there. I'd love to see him get on that big board, because that one seems to have a little grease on the bottom. It's working.
Yeah, there's a kid up there with a yellow hat. Yeah, it's got a huge.
They're
going to finally take it. We need to give this to the adults.
Is that our buddy John Paul Morosi up there? Does he have the big piece of cardboard now?
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why that one moves.
He took a running start and dove. Oh. Sometimes that doesn't work.
No. I think John Paul will share that. He'll be like, this is the board y'all need. A little spoil job here by Micah Bennett, who singled his first time up and was pinch hit for.
Oh.
It looked a lot better.
Yeah.
Let's just edit that off the bat.
Right. Daniel Johnson, outfielder, pitching there.
Yep.
All the outfielders want to pitch.
And all the pitchers want to hit.
Did you ever want to pitch?
I did pitch, and I hit everybody. So I
realize I do this better than the other side. There are great stories of little leaguers, of major leaguers who are great ping pong players. Having just said that, I'm sure Tim is about to share the competitiveness of, where you want to go? J.J. Hardy story? Okay.
He told me the second best player on the Orioles was Brady Anderson, and he beat him 88 straight games. And then he lost to Jason Hamill. And 10 minutes later in spring training, he gets a text from Ryan Braun 2,000 miles away saying, I heard you lost in ping pong. And Hardy looks at me and goes, news travels fast when I lose in ping pong. I've always said Kershaw against J.J. Hardy. Yeah, we need to arrange that. But I'm with J.J. Hardy. I'm told he's the best in the big leagues, even though he's been retired for a few years.
I'm sure if we got the Dodgers here, Clayton would be living at the ping pong table.
But the lesson is, J.J. Hardy told me he...
Save. And we're going headsets. Yep, we're pointing. We need to just review that.
I love the move, though. I mean, just being heads up. I know sometimes that gets thrown in the outfield, doesn't always work out, but we've seen so many runners just kind of hang off the bat, and Owen Rader just fires. Look, he gets the ball back. Takes a look. No. You're going to be casual getting back? He wanted it, too.
Oh, I think his left foot may have stepped. Like, without even looking, I think the left foot gets down.
All right, so just to finish the J.J. Hardy story, he then plays a 12-year-old kid, and who's like, and he beats him 20. The kid beats him 21-2. So it's all about the levels. He may be the best ping pong player in the big leagues, but he played a 12-year-old who crushed him. And J.J. told me he would have beaten me 22-1 every game. That's how good he was.
That's awesome. And back to your original story. So Cohen Raider. And who moved into the house, and what was the other?
Hunter Nepple.
And so that was the Cohen Raider to Hunter Nepple throw. It was
Shared
a bit
backyard.
like a football throw because you had a defender, if you will, the base runner, and you threw it right in front of the defender so your guy could catch it. That was a very impressive play, but he did get that foot down.
And I love the play because we see so many runners kind of linger. It's just heads up.
All right, so Kakoa Payonal is 4 for 4 in the World Series. He has a double and triple today.
He's a first pitch swinger, too.
Oh. Smart first pitch swing.
Right.
Rob Manfred, Pat Courtney have gone down to the parking lot waiting for the Angels to show up. And up here, Payonal looks at another one. Brushes him back, 2 balls and a strike. Again, the beauty of baseball is you can play at any size. This is going to be a tough one because he can move from his knees. Nice job, Hunter Nepple.
What a play. That is a big, agile shortstop. Key to playing that position is being able to throw from all different angles. And
how he's doing and what his impressions are of the Little League World Series complex. 5th inning, Jude Johnson. Only 49 pitches have been thrown by Kakea Patak-Young. 49.
I mean, the efficiency there, if a big leaguer throws 12 pitches an inning, he is exceptional. Here we have a little leaguer doing it.
He keeps the ball down, trusts his defense. It's so good. A lot of ground balls.
Like that. You should do this for a living.
Just say it.
And it happens.
He's got a little Dallas Keuchel to him. Left side, mixing speeds, keeping it down.
We did the Dallas Keuchel game last week. The first inning was a little bumpy. After that, we got through 5, picked up the win, and as you said, he just manipulated the strike zone and ended up getting 100 ground balls.
Look how big his glove is. That is a big
Joe
glove
Madden
for a little
in
kid.
The house.
And I think Joe, I see wearing that
Is
Little
that a
League shirt
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Trout.
Justin Upton is here. Some big-time baseball names getting off the bus. Mike Trout with baby of his own, too, is in a new world. Like, this whole experience takes on a different meaning for somebody like Trout, who's a dad. Talked about his son and the impact his son and his wife have had on him during this time where he hasn't been able to play. And really great that, you know, Mike Trout didn't have to make this trip. And really, really great. Says a lot about him and the person he is to want to be here.
Well, and he's not doing it because he feels like he has to. He wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Mike Trout to a T. This is heaven for him.
I mean, I think you can make a case. The 2 most recognizable faces in the game today are here from the Angels in all of baseball. Ohtani and Mike Trout. Wait till they get into the stadium.
So the interpreter and Shohei Ohtani. Juan Magaris off the bus. I think that's fair, too. Trout and Ohtani. Fernando Tatis, certainly. Padres ever have a series on the East Coast at this time of year, it'd be wonderful to get them. The Dodgers have been on the list. The Red Sox and Orioles were scheduled to be here last year. Of course, we didn't have a Little League Classic, let alone a Little World Series.
So this is Peyton Drake. His dad named him after Peyton Manning. His dad has 30 signed jerseys from Peyton Manning. I met Peyton Manning the other day. What a thrill that was.
On the ground, just over the bag, fair ball, and Peyton is retired. 2 ground ball outs. I was right there with you. That was the All-Star game. We got a chance to meet Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it was a big thrill for me, too.
Ditto. I'm sure he's still talking about it. I met Tim Kirkshin. Call Lisa Salters down on the field. Coverage starts 7 Eastern Time. Special edition of Monday Night Countdown. The legend has entered the house. And yes, Mike Trout hasn't played in what, 2 months, 3 months? No one forgets just how great he is. And Shohei Ohtani on the outside. Welcome to the Angels and the Indians to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Great part, too. You revisit the teams that have been here, Tim, the managers. You ask them about the experience. Not like they sit there and say it was pretty good. I mean, it is a highlight for them in a major league career. It's a highlight for them.
I told you, Tito Francona put this in his contract. I'm coming here if I come to work for ESPN, and they let him. David Ross told me this is baseball at its purest level. He loved it here.
I'm not sure anyone enjoyed it more than I really am not. And and Aaron Boone loved it here. I don't think anybody enjoyed it as much as David Ross.
Right. And Booney loved it. Booney and I used to go take ground balls with the kids down on the little fields down there. He enjoyed every second of it.
Relax, man. Check it out. Hey.
You told me.
Hey, come here.
And of course.
Come here. Knock, knock. C-mop. Oh, that's gross, dude. I don't want to do that. No. All right, here we go. You keep pounding it. Throw 4 strikes in a row right here. Okay? Right. Battle. Battle. Here we go. I'm not taking you out. You're staying in this moment. Okay? You get him out just like you did last time.
So he deals still with Pele Payano. More of a message like, this is your last guy. I'm trying to get you back, focused in. We need you. 3-0 game. They're going to bat bottom of the 6th. Owen Rader is really settled in. There you go. Fires a fastball to even it up 2-2 on pitch number 85. And of course, that's the maximum you can throw at the Little League level. I saw Mr. OCTOBER earlier and was talking to him about all things Major League Baseball. Laced right at the shortstop. There you go. Raider, line shot, nipple. Neighbors. And Pele Payano retired. And now we're going to come take out son, Cohen Raider. He was really good. Really, really good. After that first inning, he didn't give up anything.
Come on in.
Now we may have a weather issue because the umpire just heard him say, pull him off. Well, the dreaded lightning within 10 miles of the stadium means we're going to have to take a timeout from the play on the field. And maybe a chance now to expand our coverage of the major leaguers on the complex. It's not raining here. We went through one of these earlier this week where we had no inclement weather over the ballpark, but within the 10-mile window, we had some lightning, and obviously for the safety of all involved, we've got to make sure that nobody is going to be in harm's way. So they pull the players off the field here as the Angels and Steve Cishek and company make their way into the building. They should find their way right into a dugout. Get a
I was
chance
just going to say,
kids.
Hawaii, it was peeking their heads out of the dugout, like, okay.
Shohei Ohtani. So we're good. We're checked that off. Justin Upton snuck in there as well. Just all-star after all-star pouring off the Angels bus. And good on Shohei Ohtani, recognizing how significant it was. He played in Oshu, Japan as a Little Leaguer. And now doing things that every Little Leaguer does at the Little League level. Pitch and hit. He's doing it at a level, the major leagues, and in with the numbers that no one has seen put up before. Been a great day for Tim Kirkshin, Jess Mendoza, Julie Foudy. And you take a look at the Grove up there on the left. There's that swimming pool. And that's now out of frame in the 2 ballparks. And now you move to the Olympic-sized swimming pool. And the kids have been able to enjoy the outdoor activities. Still paying great attention to COVID here, and we've seen the masks on the players. Kids don't eat together like they once did. And that's sort of that newly created area with the tents with the ping pong tables underneath and the other outdoor games. And the Milford Meteor. Mike Trout.
Ali, what's up, bro? How you been, man?
Chuck Torres in Major League Baseball helping Mike.
Mike Trout's one of the greatest players most people have ever seen, and yet this is a place he's never been.
It'd be great to see what Mike says to his wife and to his young child about, we got to get back there now. I mean, I got to. We're going to start playing Little League. We're going to try to see if we can get a club out there one day, because this place is special.
Ravi, you've said it, but you know, all the players are watching the Little League games from the clubhouse during the Little League World Series. They're watching Little Leaguers instead of the big leaguers.
And you know how many Little Leaguers look up to them. It's amazing how many major leaguers, just using Xavier Scruggs recently, because he's here with us, who looked at and watched, whether it's pitchers, infielders, catchers, and said, those guys are a lot better than I was at 12. I mean, they just are.
Well, I was just thinking, how cool is it right now for Hawaii and Nebraska to be on the field? And as much as you want to get the autographs and meet them, you can say that I played and Mike Trout was in the stands cheering for me, watching me. I mean, that's what these kids get the opportunity to do right now.
Right. Scott Kingery of the Phillies played here, as you know, Ravi, and he said he was so small when he played here that he only got 1 hit the entire time, but he got bigger and better. So when he came back here as a member of the Phillies, he had so many great memories.
So Mike Trout making his way up. Beckham Aaron Trout is his son, and he's still very, very young, but he's going to have a glove at some point. We are now in hot pursuit of that big dude and wearing that red uniform, number 27. How do we go get that guy? We're in a full chase mode of Mike Trout. And again, you know, New Jersey's got a pretty good history of Little League success. And we're seeing the team from Tom's River, of course, play here.
Yeah, we're going to go to the right. No,
so having Mike never be at the Little League World Series, but of course watching so many of them, and his team being not able to represent that state, he's making his way up to our booth. And we'll be able to chat with Mike about all things baseball and how he's feeling. It's great to see him just up and moving. It's just good to see Mike Trout in a uniform.
Absolutely.
It's really good to see him in a uniform.
Well, and around the game, I mean, that's being out for over 2 months now, but this is so huge for him, wanting to be here, wanting to be a part of the Little League World Series. And I think about his baby boy, Beckham. Like, how excited, now he's a dad and his son.
Let me know when.
So he passes the press box, and it's a unique walk here, by the way. And we'll stop for any selfie. We'll give you an autograph. It's a unique walk up to the press box, which looks out over Lomity. You got to crawl over this bridge that he's about to go onto. He's having baseballs thrown to him. Good sport.
Thank you.
And now our booth is going to get a little bit more crowded, because Mike Trout generally looks as much like a football player as he does a baseball player. Welcome to heaven. Good to see you.
Hi. So glad you're here.
Nice to see you, Mike.
Here, Mike, sit down for a sec, if you don't mind. It is, go ahead, I can see it. So, first impressions, what do you think?
Wow. I'm pretty upset at myself I didn't make it here when I was a kid. It's amazing. Looking forward to, obviously, the day.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Looks crazy on TV. It looks even more crazy right now.
That's right. That's what I said. It doesn't TV, and we try really hard.
Yeah.
We don't do justice to this place, right?
Yeah, this is sweet.
So, Mike, we were saying that when the Little League World Series is on, the big leaguers are watching every
day.
inning, right?
Every day. It's always on in the clubhouse. obviously cheering on for their state. Jersey got a big win yesterday, I think.
That's right.
Yep.
So,
That's right.
Yeah, came back.
Sucks they're not playing today, but they're playing tomorrow,
No.
right?
Yeah. So take me back. 12-year-old.
12-year-old. Trying to get here, but obviously I didn't get here. So, no, just the love for the game, love playing, competition. Going out of state was huge. I think it's real big for the kids today, playing different states, seeing competition, because majority of these guys are going to see each other in like area code games and travel ball. So it's good for these kids.
You were right. I read some of the things you've been saying recently about, you got to keep an eye on these guys. They're, what, 8-9 years away from playing with you?
For sure. It's I'm looking forward to it. It's an opportunity. This is the first opportunity being here.
Right.
So, and we're always watching it on TV. So being here, it's even more special.
How impressed as the best player on the planet with the skill level of the 12-year-olds? We've had Xavier Scruggs here. He's like, I wasn't this good when I was 12.
It seems like every year they're getting better. I mean, the kid, someone threw a no-hitter the other day, right?
Yeah,
Gavin Weir, the lefty, looks a little bit like Chris Sale. Eli Jones did it. Yeah, we've had two of them.
It's incredible, man, the talent.
So, have you had any interesting conversations with the kids? They say the darndest things, of course.
We just got here, so I'm sure there's going to be some conversations. But like I said, it's for the kids. I got a son myself, so I think it kind of makes me think like, if my son ever gets the chance to play up here and having their favorite big leaguer come here, and that's why I'm interacting with all these kids, and
that's so great to have that perspective.
It is different now with a kid, for sure.
Exactly.
Having a baby boy, it's a different perspective on life, on everything. It's just seeing the kids, their smiles. It's crazy.
Absolutely. Would you be now? Look, you're injured, so we're not asking if you. But have you seen these guys? They're going down that hill. In a healthier day, would you do this?
Oh, all day, all day, for sure. There's a couple of our guys are going to do it.
I don't doubt that. Speaking of kids, the oldest kid in the room, of course, on that bus is Joe Madden. What did he tell you about this experience? Did he share some of his experiences?
I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, just being here. Just all the history behind it.
Because he was here with the Cubs.
Yeah. He told me he went down the hill a couple of times. So
Of course he did.
So I put it on today. He's got to go down it.
Yeah.
So he's got to. So we'll be up there.
Yeah, this was him a couple of years ago, and
him and Rizzo, right?
Yeah, Riz went down.
Yeah.
It was running fast a few years ago.
You hear the giggles?
He enjoys it, man. Everything.
Mike, you're injured. You don't have to be here today, but you chose to be here. Explain that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Just being here with the kids. I mean, it's all about the kids. They've earned every right to be here. They got the good teams, and get to meet Major League Baseball teams. And like I said, I'm excited to be here.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better, a lot better actually. Like, biggest thing right now is I'm doing all my activities. The following day is when I gotta make sure I can play back-to-back days.
Yeah.
I get real sore and just some scar tissue build up. It's a tough injury for me. I mean,
to borrow a Trout phrase, it sucks.
It sucks, man. It's not being out there with and then missing this. I was one thing when I looked at the schedule before the season, I was like, this is a game I want to be on, and obviously I'm here, so
but
I can't.
Are here.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Mike, what has it been like to watch Shohei Ohtani play this year?
Can't explain it. I mean, it's what he did. Just put it the Detroit game the other day. 8 innings, like 88 pitches, goes deep, 40th homer. Seems like every day. It's like Little League. You see it all the time. You got a pitcher, throw 6 innings, go to shortstop. You got Ohtani, throw 8 innings, hit a homer, go to the right field. I've never seen it. Never seen it. It's good though. It's good for baseball. It's good for young kids to know that somebody's doing it up at the big level. So. I don't know.
It's
amazing.
hard to imagine what a 12-year-old boy, and they're from different parts of the country, are feeling when they see you, when they see Shohei, when they see Upton, any of the Indians. What did you remember about being 12, looking at major leaguers? Like, did you say, I want to be like, what do you remember?
Yeah, I think, obviously growing up, I was a Jeter fan.
Right.
So, I didn't get a chance to meet Jeter when I was a kid, but it's truly amazing just to be able to come here, play baseball, and meet your favorite baseball player. So, having both Angels and Indians, a lot of talent, so it's great.
Now, Mike, don't be modest. Were you bigger than everyone else at 12? Were you better than everyone else? It's okay to say yes.
I mean, I was playing up in age, so I was So I was like 10. I was playing with a 12-year-old. So I think that helped me a lot, playing with the higher competition. But went to Cooperstown a couple times.
Sure.
That's the fame right there.
Yeah.
The Nebraska head coach was telling me before the game that it's about these kids just enjoying the experience and all the fun. What is a memory that stands out to you about Little League?
Little League, it's got to be the first homer. I mean, you as a kid, you're hitting a wiffle ball in the yard, trying to hit one in the woods or something. There's no fence, but hitting the first home run was probably the coolest thing for me.
Over the fence.
Over the fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you had a million inside the park home runs, I'm sure.
Yeah, that doesn't really count. Yeah.
Did you bat flip your first
No. I just hit it, and I was running fast. I probably was on third base before it went over the fence. So I didn't know my pop back there. So.
Yeah, talk about the relationship, because here we see the parents and the families and the support. How about the support that Mike Trout got growing up?
It's why I'm here. Can't thank my parents enough. All the sacrifices, money, the time. Seemed like every weekend I was traveling. They were traveling. I mean, they had jobs, working full time. So to be able to put the time to me to go out there and just play and do the thing I love, it's I can't thank them enough.
What's behind the name Beckham Aaron Trout? Anything? That's your son.
Yeah. It's just we wanted the middle name to be Aaron, obviously, because my brother-in-law, and it just happened to be Bat. When we said Beckham, we had a bunch of names picked out, and then we just loved Beckham, and like I said, being a father now, it's like a new perspective on everything.
I love seeing that in you, and the importance during this injury of your wife and your son, and how they've kind of kept you like, hey, it's going to be okay. You will get back.
Yeah, no, I think the support at home was huge for me. Like I said, I come to the field, trying to get back on the field. A lot of emotions, a lot of stuff running through your head. During the game, you're like, I want to be out there, but you can't be out there. And then, obviously, going home after a game, you got your wife and your kids smiling at you, and it's a whole new perspective on the way I look at life, and I love them both.
You talk about the support that was given to you. When you think about Beckham Aaron and he's going to pick up a glove and a bat, I'm sure he already is already in some ways. How do you support him in a sport that he'll probably want to play?
Hey, whatever he wants to do, that's what me and Jess already decided. Whatever he wants to do, we're going to let him do it. We're not going to force him to play baseball. I want him to play golf, but he's already dunking a basketball. So
of course he is.
So we play basketball all the time. So
how old is he for people who don't know?
He's one. Just turned one.
Now, right? Yeah, born in 2020.
He's dunking at one?
He plays. He does. I got a video. So he took him in the pool, and we got a little pool basketball, and all he wants to do is just grab the ball and put it in the hoop. So I was like, Jess hates me for this because I go on Amazon all the time buying him toys and stuff. So I bought him a little basketball hoop, and it's just perfect height. He just walks over to it and dunks it.
Boom.
For like hours.
At one. Some kids aren't walking
yet. Nope, they're not.
And if there was a basketball hoop in a real pool now, that's precisely what you would be doing, correct?
Exactly. It's crazy. I mean, it's just, I did it for him for one day, and I got the hoop, and then I woke up one morning, I was like, here you go, buddy. Play some basketball. And he just walks over, dunks it. Picks it up, dunks it. It's good because, he's starting to get to that age where I'm like, I can start doing stuff with him, interacting, and like you tell him about something, and he's like staring at it, like thinking, and he loves tractors, and he's just starting to be able to say tractor. So it's I obviously in Jersey we live in the farmland, so he was on a tractor when he was like 3 months, holding him on the tractor. So
what's your favorite thing to do with him?
Favorite thing to do with him right now? Just spend time with him. I think the basketball thing is pretty cool. I think just spending time with my wife and him, and just seeing him grow as a kid, and just it seems like every day he's learning new things, and it's quick. I mean, everybody says like,
oh, it is.
They grow up fast.
He says this now, and he's one.
No, it's 12 months went like that, though.
It's crazy. The first couple months were tough. Obviously, you guys all know it's a grind. Now my wife, she's unbelievable. So all the
great
stuff.
Name.
Oh, she's the best. She's the best. So. She's got a strict schedule, and you can't mess it up. It's like my parents coming to town, and he's got a strict schedule, and if you make some noise while he's sleeping and mess up his sleep schedule, there's going to be some problems. So
she's right.
She's strict with it, but he's the best kid. He's nothing, he doesn't cry that much. Give it to her, though. She, on her supervision, she was the first one to give him a cut on the chin. So I have something. So just in case
off the hook.
I'm off the hook now. Yeah,
throw that in there.
I got a FaceTime call, and she was somewhere.
So, Mike, we might have bad weather coming. Can you help us with that, given your affinity for meteorology and everything else? Do you know what's going on?
I looked at the radar a couple of times. I'm looking forward to this game to be played, so they need to put the tarp the other way.
I know.
That's right.
But it looks like off and on all day, so you might get a couple showers. But I guess the lighting, they got them aluminum bats. So
yeah.
Right.
Are you the type who will watch baseball? Like, will you sit there with your son, watch golf? And I know he's one, I get that. But will you eventually sit, or are you not? Like, we're not sitting and watching anything.
He's a big, he's a big Paw Patrol guy right now, so he's listening like that.
I watch it every day with my grandson.
He's got a grandson, so he can.
Paw Patrol, yeah.
No, but he's really interested in baseball. He just sits there and stares. And they'll like point at the TV like "Dad," you know.
Yep.
I'm like, that's not me, buddy. You know?
I'm right here.
Yeah. But he loves games. He likes going to the games. But he's just a sports kid so far, but loves basketball. So.
Do you remember those types of games where you would stick the plastic cups in the fence and you'd have the rally ears on? Do you remember
everything.
All that stuff? You still probably do
For sure. The backwards like fish, shark, cat. Yeah.
Mike, when you met Jeter for the first time, the guy you grew up idolizing, what was that like?
I don't even remember what I told him, what he said. I almost blacked out. I think it was on second base. I asked him a question. I don't even know what I even asked him. But and then obviously I got to see him in the All-Star game.
You played in the All-Star game with him.
I know. It was surreal. When I walked in the clubhouse, I almost passed out. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I look in the corner. You got him. You got a bunch of superstars, and I'm just this young kid from Millville, New Jersey, sitting in the corner.
So one of those All-Star games, he played like 3 innings, and Jeter came up to him and said, "What? Is that it for you? You only played 3 innings?"
Hey, I'm doing what I'm told. I would have played the whole game. So.
Other All-Star games, you're busy winning MVP. So we have this. We have a lot of kids at home that are watching because the game was supposed to be on. So is there any advice, and I know have fun is one of them, but is there any advice you would give to boys, girls that are growing up playing baseball to try to be the best player and person they can be? What have you learned over your life?
Yeah, I mean, I was guilty of this too. I was upset when I got out.
Yep.
And, just staying positive. You want to, especially you're on a big stage like this, you're on ESPN, you want to hit a homer every time. But, like for me personally, if I get out and then I'm putting pressure on myself throughout the whole next inning, and then I come up to the plate again, I'm going to get out again.
Yep.
I just got to turn the page. I wish I knew that back then, because back then I was just this ornery little kid just trying to, get on base every time. So
were you kicking the dirt, slamming the bat?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too crazy. But
you probably didn't fail too often either, just guessing.
No, but it's as a competitor, you get out, you're going to be upset.
Yeah.
So, it's all just compete.
Good advice.
Just compete.
We've talked a lot up here about playing multiple positions at this age. Did you find that important, that playing shortstop one day, pitching the next, playing center field the next was critical?
For sure. I played shortstop and pitcher my whole life till about senior year in high school. Then they put me in the outfield. Had too many errors at shortstop. Hands weren't really that good, so they just stuck. They were like, man, you could run and go in the outfield, and you can catch a fly ball, so put me out there. But yeah, I think playing dual positions, dual sports, I think that's what helped me in my high school career, in my years growing up. I played football, basketball, and baseball. I basically played football to get stronger, basketball to get faster, and then baseball I just love to do everything. So.
We've talked about that a lot here.
Yeah.
Common denominator of every big leaguer, multi-sport star in high school. Absolutely.
For sure.
Did the Toms River, did Todd Frazier mean anything to a New Jersey kid?
Oh, for sure. He actually called me. He's going to be upset I didn't call him back yet. But he's probably listening.
Sorry.
No, but he gives me crap all the time because, he's a superstar here. So, me and Todd's got built a great relationship over the years, obviously Jersey boys, and I think it's his nephew, or
Carson.
He's a stud. He's a stud. So I'm looking forward to that, watching them. And
what's the first thing that jumped out at you when you walked into this ballpark? Was it the hill? Was it the scoreboard? Was it the museum? Was it the size of the field? What was it?
I think how unique it is, like coming up through the streets, and then it's like pushed up against the hill. Yeah. This is like country. This is like the stuff I love right here, like the backdrop. You got the hills, you got the trees. it looks great on TV, but it doesn't do it justice when you get here, man.
We all agree. Hey, your manager is asking us to tell Trout to just wrap it up.
Yeah.
He's downstairs with Julie Foudy.
He's like, cut Trouty off, is what it was the exact quote, actually.
Imagine Joe Madden say, wrap it up.
For sure.
Go ahead, Julie.
Joe, you're the weather report all morning. He says we're going to be in good shape for tonight.
We all good?
Let's hope that Mikey is right.
Thank you, Mike. He's always right.
Thank you.
We got to get him back on the field.
I see you're rocking your Little League World Series gear.
Not World Series, but we did win the district. Not the district.
Sorry.
We won a couple games. I grew up in Hazleton, PA, which is about an hour from here. And I played for Unico. And even when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, I wasn't number 70 at that time. But I could tell you my coaches were Carlo DeMarco and Ray Saul. I used to pitch, and Danny Matrosina would catch me and vice versa. I played with Greg Saul, Lenny Krieger, Mike Apicella, Frank Apicella, the whole group.
You remember all of them?
I remember the first game I played when I was 9. I made 4 or 5 errors at shortstop, and I wasn't even embarrassed by it. It was great.
I know this isn't your first time back here, Joe, but what is it like to just experience this? This is your second time here to Williamsport.
Yeah, this is real stuff right here. This is really, more people should experience this, especially like I grew up an hour from here and never saw it until 2019. If you're in the area at all, you got to come out and experience this. Aesthetically, against the mountain backdrop right there, this ballpark, we're thinking in the 50s, it doesn't get any better than this. If you really need to be rejuvenated in the game, come here. If any doubts about the game at all, come here, and it'll absolutely rejuvenate the juices. It's all of that. I'm really excited to be here. So is my team. Same way with the Cubs in 2019.
Yeah, it's so true though. It's a reset.
Yeah.
It's a great reminder of what youth sports should look like.
Yeah, and I'm really into that. I like organization, but not too much of it. I like instruction, but not too much of it. The main thing these guys have to be able to do is have a good time. They have to have fun whenever they play this game. Sometimes we try to morph it into something more than that. When you're that age, you want to really embed that joy for the game, and that's going to make you want to play at 14, 15, and on up. And then sometimes you make it too ominous at a young age. Some people may run away from it. I love youth sports, but I want it to be fun first.
Speaking of fun, I know last time you were here, you were rocking that hill on your sled.
I don't see any good cardboard pieces up there right now. Here's the difference, that it's wet and it's all grass this time. It's got to be faster. The slope rating's higher.
The slope rating is higher, although the rain will help with your speed. I think we could take it at some point today.
Well, if you get me the right piece of cardboard, I'd be happy to do it. I mean, I did it with Anthony Rizzo last night, and Anthony found a very big piece of cardboard, and then he gave it to me. No, I'm not afraid of it. I used to go sleigh riding all the time, but I want the appropriate equipment.
Yeah, they're saying that there's a big one up there, Joe, and that don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, Joe.
Did it sound fearful?
Kind of.
Don't you dare me. Don't dare me.
All right, who's got some questions for Joe? Yes, Tyler, come on down here. Introduce yourself, brother. You get the mic.
Okay. So, my name's Tyler Chauvette. And my question for you is, what is the most difficult part about managing the Los Angeles Angels?
Let's see, what is the most difficult part? I don't know, getting up at 6 o'clock every morning, which I like to do, prepping the lineup in the morning. There's really nothing very difficult about managing the Los Angeles Angels. I'm here to tell you, I've been doing this for several years now, and this group of guys, maybe it's among the best I've ever had. The unity is incredible. The fun they have every day, their work ethic, how they play. I can't tell anything bad about this group together, which I'm sure your team is the same way. As a group, they only care about winning and supporting one another. The accountability cannot be higher.
Great answer. Tyler, that is a solid question. Who else wants up? Come on, sit next to him. I'll get out of the way. Julie, get out of the way, say. Introduce yourself.
My name is Timothy Evans.
Timothy?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Timothy.
When you're done handling the mic.
What is it like coaching Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout?
What is it like managing? I'm a manager. I'm not a coach, so I'm managing. Okay, Shohei Ohtani and Michael Trout. I'll tell you this: if neither one of them played baseball, you would still want them to be your best friend. They're just great guys. They just happen to be good at the game. With both of these guys, I talk to them a lot. Both of them are the best teammates you're ever going to want to have, and both of them work very, very hard. But the key point is, even if they didn't play baseball, you'd want them to be your best friend. They're that kind of guys. Is that cool? Yeah. Thanks, Timothy. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Oh, Timothy, that was a beauty. Who's got another? Come on up. Don't be shy. You're the next contestant. All right, here you go. Take a seat. Roll them through.
What is it, Walter?
Braden.
What's it?
Braden Connolly.
Braden. Okay, Braden.
How is it like being back in Pennsylvania?
It's touching. I am a Pennsylvanian. This is the Holy Land for me. Whenever you land here, you see that mountain up there where I'm going tomorrow. That's where I'm from. Is exactly like that down in Sugarloaf in Hazleton, PA. I've lived in a lot of different places. I liked a lot of different places I've lived in, but I always want to come back here. It's outstanding. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I am.
You like it a lot?
Yes, I am.
Is it very cool?
Yes.
Nice. And how's your team doing?
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah? When do you play again?
We play tomorrow.
And who do you play against?
I'm not sure. It's the...
Somebody
it's
depends on today?
Yeah, it's the loser of the next game.
Okay. And who's pitching for you tomorrow?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? That's the most important part of this game. Who's pitching for you the next day? This game could have been called pitching as opposed to baseball. Think about that. What position do you play? You're a catcher?
No, I play third.
Third base. Nice. Well, nice to meet you, buddy. All right? Have a great day, buddy. All right.
We got another one, Joe. You thought you weren't going to have to work today. Let's go.
I'm playing with.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida. My name's McClamis.
Right. We're in Florida.
From Palm City. We're Stewart area.
Okay, all right.
South.
Stewart, okay. That's where Joe Namath lives down there. You know that.
No, I didn't.
I'm a good friend with Joe Willie. He lives down in that area. Okay, what do you got? I'm sorry.
What's Shohei Ohtani like?
Okay, let me hold it. What is Shohei Ohtani like? He's like a big kid. He likes to play baseball. He has a joy for the game. Watch him, and all the kids should watch Shohei because he might be the best player in the world right now. I know because Michael's hurt, but he has a strong joy for the game. The other day, Vlad Guerrero got a base hit against him to left field, and he was smiling at Vladimir as he was coming off the field, like, you got me that time. When he gets in trouble when he's pitching, you'll see him take the ball and flip it up in the air and brush his hair back. He's just thinking about what he's got to do next. It never gets too fast. He enjoys playing the game, and I'm only saying all this because I hope kids watch this. It is a game, never forget that. And he has it, and that's why part of it is a great athlete, but he's really great at what he does because he enjoys the day. All right, so please enjoy the day. And what do you guys play next? Who do you play next?
We're out.
You're eliminated?
Yeah.
Well, have a good trip back home, buddy.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man. All right, buddy, thanks.
Let me get a picture of them real quick.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
This is young Dan Marino right here.
Right here. We're going to get a photo. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, folks.
Joe, so great of you to spend some time with us and the kids and to spread the joy that you do. Thank you, Joe.
Always gracious with his time, and Tim lit up when he said, I remember, I'm a manager, not a coach. That's a big distinction. Now, of course, it's natural for a kid to ask that because it is a coach. As much as they're managers at this level, it's still the coach, and you always say coach.
And also lit up when he talked about Joe Namath.
Yes.
Joe Namath was his football hero growing up, and Joe was a great high school quarterback and wore the white spikes like Joe Namath did. And when he went to play football at Lafayette as a freshman, he still did. And then he had Joe Namath come back to Hazleton and speak at one of his functions. So not surprised at all that Joe Namath, Pennsylvania native, came up in that conversation.
No doubt. And so great to see the perspective of Mike Trout change over the years. And he's really bummed that there's no game to watch. He's really, really bummed. I mean, the idea that you look at the schedule and you're the team going, and he was so anxious to play that game is really, it's heartwarming. It's eye-opening. And here's Kurt Suzuki from Hawaii, who's meeting the Hawaiian team. What a thrill for the kids.
So great.
So they might not get to see them play, but I'll tell you what, this is even better. I mean, he is in the dugout. Players coming down there, and this is what they want.
Of course. We didn't think we were going to get this chance. We have a game.
Yeah.
But here they are getting a chance to talk about Hawaii and what it's like to be here. And look at the smile on Kurt's face. And Mike Trout and Joe Madden and Upton and Obviously, all the Indians, Zach Plesac signing thousands of autographs.
Right. So Colton Wong had reached out to the Hawaiian team. So did Shane Victorino. Now they get to meet Kurt Suzuki in person, and he's a really smart, personable guy. I'm sure would love to be in on that conversation.
And a couple of Hawaiians listed Kurt Suzuki as their favorite MLB player, which I absolutely love because you think of the big names that are in the house right now, and it was that one.
Look at the look of amazement, wonder. Like, there's kids. Look at how big those guys are, waving at them. Mike Trout walking through the stands. A couple of the other Angels. Joe Adell, who's like, Joe Adell is what, 14 years old now?
No, exactly.
It's so great. And Mike Trout is so wildly competitive, as we know, about everything that he does. And so it's no surprise as he discussed his son exactly how competitive his 1-year-old dunking in the pool.
He has a cut on his face. He's dunking a basketball. Well, unfortunately, rain has dampened it a little bit, but to be honest with you, it's given us an opportunity to spend some time with Mike Trout, which this season there hasn't been too much of. So we're grateful for that. Joe Madden and the kids having just a blast with the major leaguers on the hill. Ahmad Rosario, dead man's roll after his cardboard blows a tire. Mr. Marsh going back flipping on us.
Brandon Marsh, a rookie, made his major league debut this year. Now he's playing at Williamsport and going down the hill.
So
That's
cool.
2 for 1.
Bradley Zimmer, we're going to take 2 and do a little better this time.
Oh, that didn't
all right.
work out.
Not a problem.
Head first, though. Give us some props.
Just like we did it when we were 10.
Imagine being a 12-year-old. You get to play in this ballpark, then you get to shake Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani's hand and get their autograph. That's about as good as it could possibly get for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, the silver lining of the rain delay is these kids get a chance to spend some time with the major league players, and we got a chance to spend an extended period of time with Mike Trout. Really working hard to get back on the field for his fans, for his team. And how about the respect he has for Shohei Ohtani? Like, there was a recognition, like, I can't do what he does, and without saying it, I'm the best player.